What's up, y'all? It's Choji, and I'm gonna just give you my takeaways week one as a Bears fan. I'm gonna try to do it one take Drake. I'm gonna just get right through this. Where do I stand on Caleb Williams? I was a Fields guy. I'll say that now. That matters to the Bears community for some reason. But does that mean that I can't be a Caleb Williams fan? Some of y'all, yeah. But I mean, I'm rocking with whoever's at QB1. So, takeaways from week one. I have a cheat sheet since it's week one. I'm going to try to get rid of it, but for now, we got it. Takeaways from week one. I think as Bears fans, we need to allow Caleb Williams to grow. What does that mean? That means let the kid throw an interception. It means, if it comes down to it, let him lose a game or two. But ultimately, I think putting the pressures of like being a 4,000-yard passer, let the boy throw the ball first. Let him complete 5 consecutive passes in a row. Let's not do to him what we did to Justin. Put unrealistic expectations on top of him and expect him to somehow grow in a good way. Like it doesn't make sense to me then. It's not gonna make sense to me right now. So yeah. Also, if you see my eyes drifting back and forth, I'm looking at these papers. I'm also looking at myself on this camera, but then I'm trying to look at you guys as well. So yeah, just watch me be a narcissist for as long as you do this. But yeah, let Caleb Williams grow. He's a rookie. Give him time. And this even means he doesn't have to be C.J. Stroud or bust. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. Now, maybe year 2, year 3, if he's on that type of timing, that's a completely different thing. But for now, he doesn't need to be Pat Mahomes. He doesn't need to be Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't need to be... the reason why we don't have 4,000-yard passer is because we put that on ourselves. So, that's one. Caleb Williams threw 93 yards on 14 completions on 29 attempts with a 48.3% completion percentage. I'm going to just leave that there. Caleb Williams is the type of guy that I think that, those numbers alone, I think he's thought about this all week. You know what I mean? We look sloppy. Let me get that out the way. We look sloppy on offense, but everything's damn near a new regime on the offensive side of the ball. What else? I'd say some needs for week one needs. I'd say Shane Waldron. All right, he needs to ease Caleb into the game. From what I seen last week in that game, it seemed like Caleb Williams. I don't know if this was like on his own merit. I don't know if this was the design of Shane Waldron and the coaches, but ultimately I think they need to ease him into the game. He doesn't need to be a hero. Caleb Williams is the type of player that if you allow him to play hero ball, he will lose you games trying to be the hero. So don't let him do that, especially as a rookie. Shane Waldron needs to... I have this in my notes. Said never thought I would say this as a Bears fan, especially in 2024, but we need to run the ball and throw some more screens. We need to utilize the running back room that we have. We have Khalil Herbert. We have DeAndre Swift. We have even Velus Jones. Like, there's a lot we can do and just kind of mix it up in between there. And let's be honest, it's the NFC North. Like, the foundation should be on running the football. When you think of Midwest Big Ten football, I think that's the case. Now, I understand why we may not had ran the ball too much, because we need a center. The offensive line work, honestly, it would have made the offensive lines for Justin Fields look better. Like, the offensive line was terrible. That was, I'd say, the biggest takeaway from week one. You could sit here and blame Caleb for a lot of the stuff. Caleb was putting the ball where it needed to be, which leads me into the next thing that I need, and that is I need Keenan Allen to make a bigger impact. Keenan Allen, you've seen DJ got paid. You wanted to go ahead and get paid. I'm for it. Pay that black man. I'm cool with it. My problem is he has first off, he's with the age that he's at, he already has a history of injuries, even when he was younger. And Let's see what the stats he had. He had 4 catches for 29 yards. Now, out of 93 yards thrown from Caleb Williams, 29 yards might be like, Caleb, what am I tweaking about? He had 4 catches. He had 29 yards. Then you look to see that he had 11 targets. Bringing in 11 catches or 4 catches on 11 targets when you're supposed to be the vet, when you're supposed to be the guy that's ushering it. Excuse me, guys. Ushering in a rookie. This one take Drake. I'm gonna burp all on the mic. We're gonna keep it. But yeah, I just Keenan Allen. I think he's gonna be one of the guys that we see the biggest jumps week 1 to week 2. Keenan Allen, without a doubt. Where else are we? I said the center. Defense. That might have been that was a performance of a defense that I grew up watching. And I grew up watching the 2010 Bears. I grew up watching the late 2000s Bears. Monsters of the Midway. Jalen Johnson is playing out of his mind. And a lot of the guys behind him seem to be following suit. Where are we? My standouts, clearly Jalen Johnson. He had 3 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 pass deflections, and an interception for 9 yards. I mean, we paid the guy. NFL, listen, he has even one more week like this. If he continues to even hold a candle to a performance like this, the NFL's not going to be able to continue to ignore and snub Jalen the way that they've been doing it his entire career. Like, let's be honest, last year, if you look at these off season and see kind of how the Bears have been treated, they've been treated like they're not a football team. I understand they haven't had the best. Listen, I'm getting on a tangent, but I'll just say this. Jalen Johnson and the Bears keep playing the way that they are, and there's going to be some upset people in the media. Next, an honorable mention on that defense that I don't think got enough talk. TJ Edwards, 15 tackles, 10 of them solo. 2 tackles for loss. And then my guy, Gervon Dex in the back, had 4 tackles, 2 solos, one of those being a sack. That's a guy that I think is going to really have a season this year that a lot of people are overlooking. He's got enough dogs around him. He's a SEC, he's a blue chip talent, SEC guy that I think, given the talent that's around him and the mentorship that he has, he's going to be able to be the guy he wants to be. And then you have other guys like Austin Booker, who's even behind him, and it's just that locker room and the defense. That's exactly what you want from Eberflus and a NFC North defense. That was my week 1. And for my predictions of this week, Bears-Texans, it's going to be a defensive showcase. Hopefully. What I mean by that, it really comes down to if the Bears show up last week like they did this week, we might have a chance. Unfortunately, I think if the Bears don't, the defense does not show up the way that they showed up last week and the Titans and better, it's going to be very ugly and it's going to be an embarrassing week. What does it mean for the Bears if they go 0-2? Probably just people saying that Caleb Williams is a bust. So, no overreactions. But as a Bears fan, we're going to overreact regardless. Anyways, it comes down to the defenses. And in any situation where the Bears defense played the way that they played last week, I would definitely think that this is a gimme win for the Bears, and I would be 10 toes down. But honestly, this might be the one team outside of ourselves that we are facing, and they actually might have had a better situation than what we did on the defensive side of the ball. For instance, the Houston Texans right here, let me see. Houston Texans, their defense played the Indianapolis Colts last week, and they gave up. Where is it? Yeah, they played the Colts last week, and the Colts, outside of the spectacular throw and catch by Pearson, AR-12, the defense as a total gave up, what was it? 104 yards total and 212 yards passing. Now that sounds Okay, they gave up 212 yards, but when you take away that 65-yard catch from AR to Pierce, that's 150 yards passing. And that was on 19 attempts with only 9 completions at 47.4% completion. That's scary. I do think that Caleb Williams I hope Caleb Williams has a better game than what we've seen out of Anthony Richardson. One take Drake. Out of Anthony Richardson. But I guess we'll see. But just seeing technically how they'd stack up against a rookie, they gave up 150. I think Caleb has a better arm than Anthony Richardson. We'll have to see. It's going to be tough. I have a very close game, a defensive showcase, if the Bears are able to win. Now, if they aren't able to win, it's going to get ugly. And I might not even come back out with another video. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I think that's about it. Dude, 156 yards passing. And when you look at Caleb Williams earlier at the 48% completion percentage, to see that he's not even the lowest, and it's because of the people we are about to face, that's tough for absolutely any rookie to go up against. I don't know. Anyways, tonight, Dolphins and Bills. I got Dolphins. Hopefully Tariq goes crazy. If you guys want me to put my fantasy football teams and the updates, just let me know. Yeah. Until next time, bear down. Be smooth, y'all.